Welcome dear student. Today we will continue with the lesson energy flow in an ecosystem, and student, this is a part 3 video of this lesson. So in this lesson we have already covered topics like what is a food chain, what is a food web, energy pyramid, trophic level and all. So you can see my previous videos for these topics. Now today we will cover our next topics, further topics in this chapter. So let's start the video. Do you know the cycle of gases in the sedimentary cycle cannot be completely separated from each other? That means they are dependent on one another. Now what is the gaseous cycle? So this includes the nitrogen cycle, oxygen cycle, carbon dioxide, water vapor, etc. And what does mean by sedimentary cycle? So student, it includes the soil components like iron, calcium, phosphorus, etc. That means an accumulation of the abiotic nutrient material is found in soil, and that sediment and sedimentary rocks, etc. of the earth. For example, nitrogen is present in the form of a gas. This we know, okay? It is present in the form of a gas in the atmosphere and in the form of a compounds like nitrogen oxide in the soil and sediment. That means nitrogen is present in both gaseous cycle as well as in sedimentary cycle, right? Similarly, carbon also occurs in abiotic form. Now abiotic means in the form of in the soil, okay, form mainly in coal, granite, diamond, limestone, etc. So these are the abiotic forms, okay, and in the earth's crust and in the form of a carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere. That means it is also present in gaseous cycle as well as sedimentary cycle. Generally, carbon is present in plants and animals for a much duration than it is in coal. So student, we have to learn about gaseous cycle, and there are 3 types of a gaseous cycle which we have to learn in this chapter. First is a carbon cycle, next is oxygen cycle, and the third one which we have to learn is nitrogen cycle. So student, in today's video we will cover only about carbon cycle, and oxygen cycle and nitrogen cycle we will learn in next video. Alright, let's learn about the carbon cycle. So what is it? The circulation and recycling of carbon from the atmosphere to living organism and after their death back to the atmosphere is called the carbon cycle, okay. That means the living thing absorb carbon, okay, right, they absorb carbon, and after the death of the organism, what happened? This carbon and this absorbed carbon is returned back to the atmosphere. So this is how the carbon cycle, that means absorption of carbon and return back of a carbon to atmosphere, is continuously going on. So this is called as a carbon cycle. So abiotic carbon atoms are circulated and recycled into biotic form mainly through photosynthesis and respiration. That means the biotic forms means plants, animal. What happened in the presence of in the process of photosynthesis? What happened? The plants absorbed carbon dioxide, right? They absorb carbon, and in the respiration, what happened? The animals, what they do? They exhale carbon dioxide, okay. So this is how the carbon is circulated and recycled into biotic form by these 2 processes, that is photosynthesis and next is the respiration process. And hence the carbon cycle is one of the important biogeochemical cycle. So student, plants convert carbon dioxide into carbohydrates, right, by the process of photosynthesis. That means in the presence of a sunlight, what happened, the plant absorb carbon dioxide and they convert this carbon dioxide into carbohydrate, which is a food nutrient, right, by the process of photosynthesis. And similarly they produce carbon compounds like proteins and fats too. That means like carbohydrate, they produces proteins and fat also. And herbivores means the animals which are dependent on the plants, right. So the herbivores feed upon the plants and carnivores feed upon herbivores. So what happened, in this way biotic carbon is transported from the plants to herbivores and from herbivores to carnivores and from carnivores to omnivores, that means the apex or tertiary consumer. So this is how carbon is transported from one organism or one trophic level to the another trophic level. So this is basically the carbon cycle. Now here the main process in the carbon cycle. So I have told you earlier that there are only two main processes of carbon cycle are there. First is the photosynthesis in plant and next is the respiration in animal. So student, you can observe that here two equations are given. First is equation for photosynthesis and next equation is for respiration. So the photosynthesis, the equation is carbon dioxide in water plus water, that is H2O, and in the presence of energy, that means in the presence of sunlight. Okay, so it will convert carbon dioxide into glucose. Now glucose formula is C6H12O6 and this is also known as a carbohydrate. Okay, and they exhale, plants exhale oxygen, right, and the oxygen which is exhaled by plant is absorbed by the animals, right. So the glucose is oxidized, or in the process of respiration the glucose in the presence of oxygen, you can observe the yellow box in the respiration process, the yellow box C6H12O6 is written. That means the glucose is oxidized to form carbon dioxide, water and energy, and the energy which is produced in the respiration process is used by the organisms or animals or human being. Okay, and the carbon dioxide which is produced during the respiration is again exhaled by the animal and again returned back to the atmosphere. So this is how photosynthesis and respiration are cycled, or they are they absorbed and exhaled the carbon dioxide takes place by these two processes. Now, eventually, after the death, all types of consumer are decomposed by decomposers like bacteria and fungi, and carbon dioxide is released again into the atmosphere and it is used again by the living organisms. So, this is how the carbon dioxide circle or the carbon cycle is continuously going on, recycled and absorbed. Okay, so in this way carbon is continuously passed on from one living organism to the another. That means producer to consumer, consumer to herbivore, omnivore, like this, and lastly tertiary, apex consumer. And after the death of living organism, what happened? The carbon goes to the atmosphere. Again it is returned back to the atmosphere, right, and is again taken up by living organism. So this is continuously going on in the atmosphere. Do you know, student, carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere through abiotic process. Now abiotic process means the process like burning of fossil fuel and burning of wood and forest fires and volcanic activity. So by this process the carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere. So this is a volcanic activity. And oxygen is released into the atmosphere by the biotic process. Biotic process, there are two biotic processes. First is photosynthesis and carbon dioxide through the respiration. So by these two processes, oxygen and carbon dioxide are released into the atmosphere. And the equilibrium, that means the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide gases in the atmosphere, is maintained by plants. That means plants absorb carbon dioxide and animals and human beings absorb oxygen. So this is how the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide is taken place by the plants. Okay, So student, I hope you all have understood today's video or today's lesson, and next part or the two parts which are left over, that is nitrogen cycle and oxygen cycle, we will cover in our next video. Thank you.